Hi, this is Avrup again. With the request of Shannon, I would like to present my experience with GRE and IELTS, and I will go through all the details that how GRE and IELTS is taken. Uh, so, for preparation strategies and rules of GRE and IELTS, I would like to go through at first with the GRE. Sorry. Uh, so GRE starts with the registration. The full form of GRE is Graduate Record Examination, which is taken by ETS. You will go to their website, and for I will cover here just only the GRE general test. So you can go to their website. You will land up on this kind of page, and then you can register further. So each GRE is formed of three sections: verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and analytical writing. So in quantitative reasoning section, it will value your quantitative evaluation, so mathematical part, and there will be some type of mathematical model based questions and quantitative reasoning type. There might be, for some questions, there might be the on-screen calculators. For taking paper delivered test, calculator will be provided, but in India only online section is available, so you will have the on-screen calculator. I mean, those who have the experience with JAM, that kind of calculator will be there, but simple. Concept of arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and data analysis. Data analysis means basic statistics, I would say. Uh, then verbal reasoning section is formed of basic statements, and then based on the statement there will be some questions. So how you are understanding the English, the verbal part, that tests this part, and then is the analytical writing section. There you will be tested for your analytical writing capabilities. So there might be some complex ideas on which you have to write few sentences, at least some words, and based on them, out of 6 they will be scored. So for the analytical writing section, allotted time is 30 minutes per task. Actually, you will be given 2 tasks, separately timed tasks, not like the IELTS section. I will talk later. In the verbal reasoning, there will be 20 questions per section. At least 2 sections will be there. For quantitative reasoning, another at least 2 sections will be there. There will be an unscored part which might be there or might not be there. There will be an unscored research part which will also vary. Generally, it's given also 20 questions. Like, I encountered 3 quantitative reasoning sections, so obviously 2 of them were the scored part and 1 of them was the research part or the unscored part. And it varies, but the time was given same. If the questions number is same, then time given is same. So you don't know which part is going to be the research or unscored section, but so you can see that an unidentified score unscored section which do not count towards score. They are in order after the analytical writing section. Questions in the unscored section are being tried out either for possible use in future tests or to ensure the scores of the new editions of the test are compared to the scores of the earlier editions. And the test design, so you will have review capabilities within our section, but you can't reach back after completing them. These are some basic rules, basic preparational materials. These are also some preparation materials. Most of them are offered by GRE, the ETS itself. So this is how the score is reported. Verbal reasoning 130 to 170 in 1 point increments. What I can tell is actually, these 130 to 170 is, if you are scoring 0, then it's 130. If you are scoring full or less than full, it can be 170. This is actually a statistically weighted marks, so you don't know how it is going to be marked. Analytical writing is an absolute marking, so 0 to 6 is half of 50 to 170. Now I would like to say what I scored was 165 in the quantitative reasoning section, and so 157 156 in the verbal reasoning section. So overall I scored 321, and in analytical section, writing section, I scored 4. Now I will move into the IELTS section. The IELTS, the test format is general training and academic. Two things are available. General training is just only for those people who are applying for visa in UK, but for students the academic is the only possibility, so I will only talk about the academic section. The academic IELTS, IELTS full form is International English Language Testing Service. The listening, speaking are both for same for both, just the reading and the writing section matters. Then so let's go to the listening section. The test format is around 30 minutes around, and there will be 4 recordings. The first one is a conversation between the people, especially over the telephone. They are like someone is going to move out of the from a city to another, what I actually encountered. Then recording 2, there will be a monologue, generally like suppose one guide is guiding you to over a museum, or someone is taking on a tour. And recording 3, there is a conversation up to 4 people. You have to be careful because sometimes they will not tell the name anymore, so you have to remember the voices. And recording 4, it will be a monologue based on especially like lecture settings, like someone is lecturing, like it's given like university subject, but obviously there will be no specialist knowledge. The paper format, there will be 4 questions, 10 questions each. When you are listening to it, you have to answer, so there is no additional time to write the answer and then go, but there will be additional 10 minutes if you are writing on the paper script. Then you will have additional 10 minutes to transfer your answers. This is the transfer time, but in case of online test, there is no extra time for that. Then the academic reading section, it's just like 60 minutes reading. You will have to read 3 questions and answer 40. So like 13, 14 questions, these kind of questions for each part. There will be a wide range of reading skills. Sometimes it can be a gist, it can be then ideas, it can be local argument, whatever. Then the number of questions will be 40, as I told. Marking is just like 1 mark, but be careful when you are answering. Like if it is written, you have to answer true, false, not given. You have to answer true, false, not given. Not like yes, no, not given. Then you will be landing it up absolutely 0. Then the IELTS listening section. So I told about how it is marked. Then academic writing section, it has 60 minutes again. So task 1, it you have to it's a technical writing, so you have to describe a graph or table, a chart or a diagram or a process It can be a map even. I mean, I experienced a map of of an historic site that has been discovered by, I mean, archaeological uh, debris that has been discovered recently, and then you have to write that how what is the current status of the debris and what is the projected that how it looked like during our day. So there was a map to pictures, and you will have to uh, describe. So you have to use technical language, technical words. I mean, that's something you need to build on regarding the vocabulary. And then task 2, where you will be asked to write an essay as a point of view, like it can be an argument. It can sometimes ask you both in favor or in against, or sometimes on your uh, own word choices, or your own stand-up point, I mean point of view. But both of the tasks, that is it should be on the formal style, so be careful about that. So you have to use formal language, you have to use formal words, so there is no chance to be the informal, just like GRE section or TOEFL section. You know, in TOEFL the writing can be informal, but in IELTS you must have to write in a formal way. Otherwise, you will have penalties. So the task 1, as I told, for task 1 you have to write at least 150 words. So here it is written 150 words. When you will be given the question, it is written at least 150 words. If you are writing less than 150 words, then you will have a penalty. If you are writing more than that, there is no issue. You can write as long as you wish. But if you are writing less than 150, then they are going to deduct marks. I will go into details with that. And for task 2, it's just same like 250. So these are the details I told you about. Okay, they are not going to penalty you in any way regarding what kind of response you are giving. Like it was a social problem, but you are uh, writing in favor of it, then you are not going to be uh, going to have a penalty, because they are not judging you on basis of your stand on that issue or point of view. They are just they are just going to mark you on the basis of what is your achievement regarding the language. So what are the sources? There's task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource. Lexical resource is nothing but the vocabulary. So how, if you are repeating the words, then it's a negative point, it's a penalty, it's a bar. Grammatical range and accuracy. Accuracy is a very must thing for the writing section, and well, same thing for the task 2. I'm not going to be specific. So speaking section, the only difference between the speaking section of an IELTS and TOEFL is that you will be speaking to an individual, but yet your response will be recorded. So the part 1 is just, this is an unscored part, it's just make you comfortable with the examiner. Part 2, uh, you will be asked to talk about a topic for long, at least for 1 minute to 2 minutes. Then part 3, the questions will build on, the questions might become even advanced without any specialist knowledge based on the part 2. The scoring is based on band scores in case of IELTS. So it will be scored on basis of bands, like up to 0 to 9 and with a 0.5 increment. Like I got 7.5 overall. So 7.5 to 9, it's a very high band score. 8 to 9 is an expert band score. 7.5 is open fluence. 7 is fluency. So yeah, these are some resources, and have a good time. Thank you.